Hi, my name is Michael. I was born and raised in Bavaria, Germany, so no Finn. This is my first pitch in front of Finnish people. I hope I'll see some emotions today, reactions. There they are, I knew it. Time to digitalize HR. Potentially the first pitch you ever heard about digitization in the HR field, like it's a totally new topic now. Who is Persiono? So I'm from Persiono. We are the new kid in town. We are an HR management software for small and medium-sized enterprise. Simba, hey. We focus on companies between 20 and 1,500 employees. And that's our team, at least that was on before we went to the Oktoberfest last year. We always do this. That's our growth indicator. So at the first year of Persiono in 2015, we needed 2 tables. Last year we had 25 tables at the Oktoberfest, so 250 people at the Oktoberfest, but that was really nice. So that's what we're doing, but I'm not gonna spoil about our product today. If you're interested, we have a booth over there, or you can just write us. Strategic HR work. When I zoomed through the titles of all the pitches yesterday, I saw really cool stuff like creating an HR culture, creating staffing strategies, power of HR-driven capability planning, building a dream team. That all sounds awesome. That's like, you can't spell hero without HR. We're all heroes when we all tackle all of these super strategic topics. And then I always want to ask you guys, how is the reality looking? We see, oh, you want to take a picture? Go ahead. We also have postcards with that on that, so you can just come to our booth and we give you a postcard. The reality, we call it the admin monster. The admin monster has a specific favorite food, and it likes to eat the time of HR managers. So the admin monster is all the paperwork that needs to be done. It is all the processes. It is everything which keeps you and all the HR teams in small and medium-sized enterprises from real strategic HR work. The problems, we see way too much admin stuff to do, the admin monster. We see a lot of inefficient processes. There was a great pitch by Aditra today where he said you can't just take the shitty processes and put them in a computer, then you still have digital shitty processes. So we see a lot of inefficient processes, and also we see a lot of poor decision support for HR teams that prevent HR teams from making real strategic HR work. That's why we say HR can't be strategic until it excels as operations. And that does not mean use Excel in operations. So that was a joke. In Germany, we laugh about that. We're not the most fun country, but hey. HR transformation, how do we see it? I want to split it up in 3 steps, and what are the measures to come from one stage to the other. So stage 1, HR as a supporting function. HR, a supporting function in all the companies, small, medium-sized enterprises as well, leads to the higher productivity. If you do that, great, not only in the HR team, but in the whole organization. That means lowering costs by improving transactional efficiency. So making your job easier with automating tasks, workflows, templates, doing that really good. Leads you then to stage 2, HR as a business partner. And that does not mean just have HR business partners in your organization and still let them do administrative work. This is not HR as a business partner, that's just a title. But it leads to improved performance, not only of the HR team, but all the departments in the companies. That leads to enhancing performance through best people practices. So taking the most out of the people that are in your teams. And last stage of HR transformation, which we want to bring, stage 3, HR as a strategic partner, like really creating value with a strategic people agenda, delivering results which ultimately increase the business success of the company. And that is what we really see as strategic HR work. To get from stage 1 to stage 2, we see radical digitalization. From stage 2 to stage 3 is really optimizing them, like when you have it digitally, really making use of workflows, templates, optimizing everything. And the last step, insight, really working with the data you're having, working with the analytics, etc. Find it funny when you take all the pictures one after the other, you have to delete 8 pictures now. I could have just told you that this is going to be on there and that's the final picture. But it's good. You have so many pictures in your camera roll now. I hope I'm on the picture with some of those. Some real life examples. HR work at Persiono. So this was the theory. I want to show you a bit in detail what this means. And now you're going to need your smartphones again. Yeah, try to make it a bit interactive. So if you have any QR code scanners, make them ready. iOS has this automatically in their camera. I don't know about Android. Potentially they send it directly to Google headquarters or whatever. You're going to need it. I'm not going to tell you what for, but you're going to need it. So why can we speak about that? That is Persiono's growth. So we were founded in 2015, first employee. Until October last year, we crossed the border of 300 employees. In February, we're going to cross the border of 400 employees. So that was a huge growth within 4 years, from 0 to over 300. And we could not have done that with only manual processes, with our HR team and recruiters only spending time with paperwork, no processes in place, etc. So I have 2 examples today which we used, which helped us excel at operations and enable this growth from an HR team perspective. And first one is getting rid of the administrative stuff, and the second one is that what did we do with the time that we won, like a strategic HR initiative, which allowed us also to speed up the growth here. First one, onboarding. So onboarding, really manual task. When you grow a lot, like next Monday, February, we will have 31 new joiners. A lot of onboarding to be done, not only from a content perspective, but also administrative work. Some data on that, 88% of employees think that their company doesn't have a good onboarding process. This is shitty, not good. We have to work on that. Because there's statistics say 82% more staff retention due to a good onboarding. So if you make your employees feel valued and bring them up to speed faster, that also drives the last one, more productivity from day one on. So this is why good onboarding actually makes sense from an output perspective, not only of saving time for the HR team, but also why this is good for business value. And these are the success factors for us, which we have identified. I'm not sure if that works at every company, but I want to show you how this worked for us. So first one, structured processes. So really not just throwing in one process, but figuring it out, throwing it over again, making it new, having really structured processes, and also making use of our own tools. So automizing those tools, having a tool taking care of the onboarding process, the tool sending out emails to the new employees, reminding others who haven't done onboarding steps. So this is all administrative work which doesn't help a lot. So making really use of software systems, be it Persiono, Simpa, Solarforce, whatever, but use a tool to really take your time for other stuff, and also a lot of team involvement. So not only having HR doing the onboarding, but having really everybody in the company involved in onboarding, and also, again, a systematic approach, having a tool supporting you in the tool annoying other people to do their stuff, so you take some negative emotions from you. Now it's QR code time, because we have an onboarding checklist, which is really good. It's no sales collateral, so it's an onboarding checklist. You can download it for free. Scanning this QR code doesn't hurt you, no virus. You don't buy Persiono instantly. You might buy it in the future, but not instantly when you scan this QR code. And I'm going to leave it on here for another 10 seconds, because I've seen some people not having downloaded it yet. That is nice. And it also gives me some time to breathe. All right, good to go? Nope, some more. Next thing is, what did we do with the time we won? What did our HR team spend time on? On growing from 0 to 300 is not only onboarding them, but we had to hire them before first. And as a tech company, hiring in Munich, it's not always easy. I mean, we don't have an extensive startup scene as we have it in Berlin, for example. But in Munich, you compete with the BMW, Siemens, etc., who just throw a shitload of money on engineers, and that's kind of tough to compete with. So what we have benefited a lot from is employer branding. So building a strong employer brand and really driving. We can see that since we've increased our employer branding efforts, we really drove applications that came directly so without active sourcing, so a lot of the employer branding. And I'm going to risk now. I just tried employer branding is like teenage sex. Everybody talks about it. Nobody really knows how to do it. Everyone thinks everyone else is doing it, so everyone claims they're doing it. Okay, I'm still here. I didn't get thrown off the stage. So now you're taking the pictures? Come on, there's no QR code on it. What are the success factors for us that helped us really succeed in employer branding? First, really, there was a long process, but we had really a strong employer value proposition. Not just putting T-shirts on our employees and sending them out, but really understanding what are we as an employer. What comes with working at Persiono, and that also differentiates from people who would not be a good cultural fit for the company. And this is really important to have a strong employer value proposition, because also applicants see that and feel that and say, okay, there is something special in there. Second, website. Basically having a beautiful career page, and the career page should not look how the founders want it to look like. Actually, that's just a marketing website. This is funnel optimization. That's basically online marketing. Put on the content and optimize this career site as if you were trying to get customers on that. I have known that. I've been in the startup scene for a while. Many websites shall look like how the founders want to have them to look like, or CEOs or whatever, but that is not always best. And you have to tell them, and they're going to listen to you if you have data. Maybe they still don't listen, whatever, founders. And you need ambassadors. Work with your team. Your team and fans of your company are the strongest ambassadors for carrying out the employer brand, bringing in referrals to the company. And all of that took a lot of investment, time investment, but our HR teams had this time because they were not dealing with all the manual tasks. Once again, QR code time, employer branding handbook. So these are our experiences, what we did, what we saw worked for us. No guarantee that it will work for you, but at least give it some thoughts, give it a try, and download it. So, yeah, I think there's more interest in the onboarding checklist than the employer branding handbook. Good to know. Can work on this in the next pitch. All right, so these were our examples. We really want HR teams to be able to focus on people, not paperwork, and we want to make HR strategic. Of course, it is essential to have a system in place to do that, have the system take care of you. If you want to have a look at a modern, young, tech-driven, but also beautiful UI tool, come to our booth, write us, and if you want to add me on LinkedIn, here's a QR code. Thank you so much.